So as I said, I now want to change the appearance of the button. So I don't want the button to look like that. I want it to look bigger, and I want it to have better writing on it. So again, I'm going back to the style statement, to the CSS. And I'm going to put in a new line and say this time I don't want to change the style of the input box. What I want to change is the style of the button. So for the quickest, I'm just going to copy and paste from here. So I've said inside the curly brackets are what I want to change the style of the button to. So I'm going to literally just copy that. So Control C, put a new line in, Control V, take it back a touch. And then I'm going to finish that off with another curly bracket. Okay. So I want the writing to be in the center of the button. I want the color of the writing to be blue. I want the font to be Arial, and I want the font size to be 30. And I'm actually going to change that slightly just to show that it is doing something different. Okay. So if I hopefully that's all right. If I preview an Internet Explorer, save the changes, the button cup, and you see it is different to the writing in here because that's in blue and that's now bigger. It's in a different font, it's a different size, and I've changed the color to green. And if I don't like that, I can go back to Dreamweaver because I actually don't like the idea of it being green. I like it to all be the same. I can change that back to blue and have a look at that. Change the changes. This time it comes up, and it comes up in blue. So I've now got the box, the button is now what I want it to do. The right size, the right color, but not really in the right place. So the last thing I'm going to do is I'm now going to go back to Dream. We're going to say, well, I would like the button to be underneath the input and output box. Now if you can remember, the simplest way to do this is to add two tags to it. So I'm going to put in a BR tag, and in fact I'm going to put in two of them. So that's going to create two clear spaces underneath the numbers. Between the two numbers I'm going to put a couple of spaces and a plus, and then a couple more spaces. So what I should get now is the input. So the input box number 1, a couple of spaces, a plus, a couple of spaces, input box number 2. If it's easier, just do it that way. And actually see what's going on. And then 2 breaks, and then it's going to put the button in with click here for the answer. So if I now save on that, preview Internet Explorer, save the changes. But the only thing I really don't like is the fact that the plus is a little bit small. I could change the style of the plus by making a style statement, but all I really want to do is make it bigger. So all I'm going to do is in here, I'm going to make all of the writing that hasn't got any style set on it to heading 1. Okay, and therefore at the end, because I always need to close things down for neatness, I need to close down H1. So what I'm saying is I've set the style for the button, and I've set the style for the input, and anything I haven't set the style for, put in heading 1. So if I now click onto here, preview Internet Explorer, click on yes, the plus is now bigger, so now I can write numbers in, I can write in there. What I want to happen next is when I click on that button, I want the answer to appear underneath. And this is when I need to start thinking about the JavaScript. So I've got the page looking how I want, and I've got spaces to put the information I want in. What I need to do now is actually get the page to do some mathematics and write out the answer.